Alright, so here we go. This is my entire Wesley Snipes collection and Zero Rainbow McLean for life. And yeah, I'm just gonna start with the films that I haven't shown you yet, but I'm trying to find. So I'm just gonna tell you and show you my entire collection. The one that I showed up, and of course that's Passenger 57. I don't have the whole thing, but you can see it's right in Passenger 57. I don't have New Jack City or Major League Way. I don't have any of those films that he did. So now that's White Man Can Jump, the Germany release I already show you. White Man Can Jump. That's White Man Can Jump. Then I do have Demolition Man, which is poster right there. But I have this movie for Sylvester Stallone, Demolition Man. I do have Rising Sun. I reviewed this film on Blu-ray. Drop Zone. And like I said, I will review all these films from him. White Man Can Jump is actually one of my favorite basketball films, one of my favorite sports films. There were like 4 films that Wesley Snipes did. The Fan, Major League Way, this one, and it was also Play to the Bone, but he only had a cameo role in the scene. This guy, Woody Harrelson, he was the main star in the film. One of my favorite Wesley Snipes films. I put this movie higher, number 3. Blade's my favorite that he did. Drop Zone, like I said, it's an underrated film. Rising Sun, I enjoy this film. Then I do have, of course, The Art of War. I don't have the sequel. The sequel sucked. I used to have the sequel. I threw it in the trash, in the dumpster. I hated the film. So yeah, I do have The Art of War. Do you know who your enemy is? Then I do have Unstoppable, direct-to-video film. 7 Seconds. Then I do have Hard Luck. I don't have New Jack City, but I do have Hard Luck, which was directed by Mario Van Peebles. He directed New Jack City with Wesley Snipes. This is the second film he directed, so like I said, I prefer this movie about that one. I do have The Contractor, which I rented this film. This film was terrible, just wasn't my cup of tea. Then I do have Blade. My thoughts on this film. My favorite Wesley Snipes movie he ever did. My favorite Marvel film. I love Blade. Blade 2. Love this movie to death. I love Blade 2. Blade 1 and 2, I just love dearly to death. Love this movie. And these 2 are the best. They're both my favorite movies of all time. Then I do have Handmade cover Blade Trinity. I'm not a fan of this film. But I have an unrated version, so I take it. Not really a fan of this film, but this is a Handmade cover, Blade Trinity. Then I do have the movie I just reviewed, Murder at 1600. I reviewed this film. It's on my channel now, and I just love dearly this movie. I wish I would have Blu-ray, but no, I don't know why this movie, Warner Brothers doesn't wanna review. Why doesn't wanna why they actually does not want to do a release on this movie. I want to have a release, and that's I want a region free release so that everyone can see it. But I did got a DVD, so I'm glad I have this one. It just came out this week, so I actually got it. That's one of the reasons I couldn't review it sooner, because I didn't have the film. But now I actually finally have. I did not know that on both the discs, that on both the disc, actually, you have a movie on the both sides, and I actually didn't know that. But yeah, Murder 1600. This movie is supposed to be a hit. It's supposed to be a blockbuster hit. It deserves to be a hit. I don't know why was this movie. Why this movie was such a fall. I mean, was such a box office fall. I mean, this movie is supposed to be a hit of 1997. It's supposed to be the most successful. But no, I guess Titanic was successful. Because this movie is better than Titanic. Better than garbage piece of trash. Shitty, awful movie, Excessive Power with Craig Schiffer. I hate that movie. Or better than Conspiracy Shadow with Charlie Sheen and Linda Hamilton. Or even better than Absolute Power. Absolute Power is people's favorite. I'll put this movie above Absolute Power because it's better. This movie is better. Yes, this is better film, in my opinion, than Absolute Power. I love this movie dearly to death, And of course, I do have U.S. Marshals, which I also reviewed this film. And like I said, those two are actually my favorite. I remember when I was waiting my mom, I remember when I was actually waiting on my mom when she was actually by her friends. And while I was sitting in the car, I was listening to radio, the music, and that time there was a radio show host. He was talking about movies, and he actually was talking about Murder at 1600. I remember the title, and that time I thought this movie was the most successful of the year because it was in my country movie theater. Sadly, this movie bombed. I did not know that. I didn't know it holds 32% on Rotten Tomatoes, and this movie it doesn't even have a fucking Blu-ray. I think this movie is criminally underrated, and this movie deserves better treatment in my opinion. And it's definitely one of his best films. I also later I watched this movie on VHS tape. I don't have a VHS tape. The same goes with U.S. Marshals. I know that The Fugitive is better than this movie, but I enjoy this movie a lot more for Tommy Jones and Wesley Snipes especially. I also saw this movie a year later when this movie came out. A year later I actually saw this film on VHS tape. I watched over the summer. I watched this movie on VHS tape. That's one of the reasons. These two movies. These two movies are actually my favorite films. These two are actually my favorite films that Wesley Snipes did. The first three you already know. The third one, the first two are these two movies that I dearly love to death, that I reviewed. And the third one, and the third one is actually Demolition Man. I did a retrospective review, and I think I did a 1 hour long review on Demolition Man and explained why I love this movie to death. Definitely my top 10 favorite action films with Blade 1 and 2, because I love these three, I love a lot. And yeah, but like I said, I already did top 10. It's uploading on my channel. But Blade 2 and Blade 1, especially the first one, they're both my favorite films. And I love Blade 1. I enjoy watching this movie this year. I had a blast. I watched the second one. And I already said that why this movie is my favorite. because it was a badass film, because Blade was one man army and he was against all the against army of vampires. In this movie, they should not killed off Donnie Yen, or at least he could have fight back, because I'm a fan of Donnie Yen and I love his early movie Tiger Cage 2, which is forgotten, which people doesn't even talk about that film. And I wish I would have a DVD or Blu-ray about that film. I don't have it. And another problem was when Blade stabs, Nomak. He's supposed to kill him, but Nomak goes and stabs himself and finishes himself off, and that's the scene I didn't like in the film. That's one of the reasons why Blade 2 is not actually my favorite Blade, but it's my second favorite Blade, my second favorite Wesley Snipes film. That's one of the reasons. But this one is my favorite because he goes and kills Deacon Frost. He's a badass in this movie. That's one of the reasons I think it's my favorite of the two. But both of them are really my favorite. And it's such a blast and enjoyable watching Blade 1 and 2. The same time it's enjoyable watching, U.S. Marshals and of course Murder at 1600. Excuse me. And yeah, fantastic film, phenomenal, fantastic film. If you haven't seen Murder at 1600, I recommend you, because this movie is a really good movie. It's entertaining. It's a criminal underrated. West Marshals is a really good movie too. And yeah, these two are also badass films. So that's actually my entire Wesley Snipes collection. Thanks for watching and take care. And I'm out. Peace. Bye bye.